Now we will go through Computer Networks Introduction Series 2. In the Introduction Series 1, you may recall, the listeners may recall, that it was all about describing the internet with a broader perspective, and we also said that internet may be defined in 2 points of view, in viewpoints. Number one, the internet in nut and bolts point of view. Okay, the internet may be defined as service point of view. So the service oriented description of the internet also we can do. We will look into that in the introduction too. Okay, that is nut and bolt view of definition. Internet definition considers that internet is made out of bits and pieces. Okay, the physical devices, the electronic devices. Most apt word is the hardware involved in the internet. Okay, the infrastructure means that. Okay, infrastructure nut and bolt point of view will present a broader view of internet in the form of infrastructure. Okay, from service oriented description of the internet holds the services provided by the internet as an infrastructure to the distributed applications. Okay, I repeat, the internet in the second form of definition is seen as an infrastructure that provides services to the application. Okay, services to the distributed applications actually. Okay, we will before we define what do we mean by this distributed applications, it's better we present the examples and then we will go about describing the distributed applications. Okay, then we will also discuss as to what do we mean by internet protocols and what they are doing. Okay, service oriented description, as I told you, internet may be seen as infrastructure that provides services to the distributed applications. Okay, distributed applications will include electronic mail, okay, web surfing, instant messaging, voice over IP, internet radio, video streaming, okay, distributed games, peer-to-peer file sharing, okay, the television over the internet, the remote login, and many more. Okay, these examples are stated to be distributed applications because they involve multiple end systems that exchange data with each other. Importantly, internet applications run on end systems. They do not run on the packet switches or network routers and whatever that comes in between. Okay, this is some of the broader. It is very important to note this particular thing, that is distributed applications run on end systems only. Okay, now distributed applications are developed using Java, C, or Python, or whatever. Okay, they are software pieces so developed. The software pieces so developed using the languages should run on end systems in order to exchange the data. Okay, in order to exchange the data between the end systems. Okay, end systems actually attached to the internet. End systems are attached to the internet and they provide application programming interface. I repeat, end systems attached to the internet provide an application programming interface. This application programming interface specifies how a software piece running on one end system requests or asks or demands the internet infrastructure to deliver data to a specific destination software piece running on some other system. To be specific, Internet API is nothing but set of rules that the sending software piece must follow so that the internet can deliver the data to the destination software piece. Okay, it is shown over here. Okay, there is a web API, web-based application programming interface, and there are several applications, mobile applications, desktop application, Android and iOS, Windows and Linux and other operating systems, okay, based on our platform, as these operating systems as platforms. These are all the applications. Okay, and here at the other end there are web browsers like Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, etc. And this API stands as an interface between the applications as well as the client side, that is the browsers. Okay, an API may be regarded as just set of roles. Okay, it is something like this. The post office rule is you have to take a cover and you have to write your address. First of all, you have to write the name, then you have to write the street number, street name, etc., etc., and then comes you have to write the zip code. Okay, you have to seal the envelope, put a stamp on the right hand corner of the envelope, and finally drop the envelope into official postal service mailbox so that it will traverse to the destination. Okay, here postal service is an API which follows some set of rules. Okay, the net and bolts of the internet is rather driven by the needs of the new distributed application. Okay, the demand for the application development comes from the nut and bolt point of view, the nut and bolt part of the internet. Okay, the hardware part of the internet. Okay, they decide how exactly the distributed applications to be. Okay, now we will come down to another important fundamentals of this protocol, so this internet, that is the protocols. um, Protocols are a must. They are set of rules, of course, carved in order to monitor, in order to manage, in order to see how see the internet works in a seamless fashion, with any flaw, without any flaw. Okay, and as an analogy, we can bring an analogy. Okay, as to before we go down to internet protocols, or before we venture into defining the internet protocol, we will see how exactly human protocol runs. When two Indians meet, they will fold their hands and they will express their gratitude or greetings or whatever. And when two Japanese meet, they will bow down and they will express their greetings or express their happiness or whatever. And if Americans meet, they will handshake, or they may embrace. And if another country people meet, two people from different country meet, one of them may, or both of them may plant a peck on the cheeks. Okay, these are all the protocols. Okay, that it need not be laughed at. Anyway, it is the protocols that they follow. Okay, it is a set of rules. It is customary practice actually. Okay, now in the internet perspective, there is a sender, there is a computer, and there is a server. Let us say how this is how the exchange happens. Okay, first of all, the connection is to be established. It is something like saying hello, are you ready? Something like this is called as TCP connection request. TCP is a protocol, as I said in the introduction part 1. Okay, TCP is a predominant protocol which is meant for establishing connections. It provides a connection oriented service. Okay, so connection is to be established. It is something like telling hello, and then there comes a reply from the other end. Okay, this is called as TCP connection reply. Okay, connection is established, I am ready, something like that. And then the party here will put up a request. Okay, request for a some file, request for some file. Okay, it is he is going to place, and it will reach the other end, and the other end, that is server, at the server end, the file will be sent back to the receiver, the sender. Okay, so there are two vertical lines you can notice. Okay, in the vertical fashion, time is mentioned. Okay, the lines are not straight, you should realize here. And the two end systems, one is a server at one end and the computer at the other end, they are poles apart. Okay, there is a huge distance between them. They are sea apart and they are poles apart. They are intercontinental away, intercontinentally away. Okay, and any protocol, as a matter of fact, will be explained by this kind of a diagram with two vertical lines at sender, at receiver, okay, representing time scale. Time goes down, okay, since while covering the distance, if the distance, while covering the distance, the message, the information will take certain amount of time, therefore it is inclined, okay, and again it will come back, the connection reply will come back, and once again a request will be made, and whatever the request that was sought will be sent to the sender back, or requester back, or client back, okay. This is about two fundamentals that we cover to so you have to offer a technical definition for the protocol. A protocol defines the format and the order of messages exchanged between two or more communicating entities, that is sender and the receiver, as well as the actions taken on the transmission and receipt of message, okay, and or receipt of the message, or other any other event. The actions taken on the transmission and the and actions taken upon receipt of the message at the other end, okay. This is definition of the protocol, and there are some questions being asked, okay. The listeners can make a try, okay. They will, the answers are contained in the explanation itself. So in this particular module, introduction to, we defined as to what do we mean by the service oriented description of the internet, and what is the kind of service it's going to provide, to whom it is going to provide. Actually it is going to provide the services to the distributed applications. We also understood as to why distributed applications are so called, and we also saw some of the examples for this distributed applications, okay. With this we will conclude the introduction to, okay. Introduction 1 and introduction 2 just carried a broad spectrum based definition of the internet. One, the nut and bolt perspective, that is hardware perspective, the physical devices perspective, the infrastructure perspective is the nut and bolt perspective of the definition, okay. The definition in terms of nut and bolts, and here is this introduction to carries, okay, carried the definition of the internet from service point of view. With this we will close